Hey guys, long time no see. Papa Dan here. How's everybody doing? Well, let's start with where I've been, because it's been a while. It's been almost 3 months since we put up a video. As you may recall, I think I mentioned it in my last video that I was going to be having some surgery. Well, I had the surgery, and a 3-hour surgery that turned into a 7.5-hour surgery. But yeah, had the surgery. Well, then after a couple of weeks, started developing some, I guess you would call it, side effects or whatever from the surgery, and it's not pretty. So that's pretty much where I've been, because it limited me to how long I could sit. I mean, I could sit for maybe a couple of minutes and then I had to get up. Well, then I could only get up and walk around for so long, and I had to sit down, and it was just a vicious cycle. So, but it's getting better. We're on the upside now, so we can sit for longer periods of time now, and it's just a real slow process. But like I said, we're on the upside. I guess what you could call, or what I like to call anyways, I am now officially semi-retired. I've decided to go ahead and collect my widower's benefits from Social Security from my wife, and the heck with us. They cut my hours again, they cut my position and my pay. So instead, I'm 61. I'm too old to be going out there and finding another job, man. So I just decided that, I'll collect those benefits. I went down, had a couple of meetings with Social Security, found out exactly how much I was going to be getting, came home, did the math with my bills and all that kind of stuff, and so I'm now semi-retired. I'm only working 19 hours a week or less, and I'm still got the money to do what I need to do. So I'm real pleased with it. I'm happy. So I've been busting my, like I said, I'm 61, and I've been busting my hump since I was 17. That's when I got my first job, and I'm ready to sit back and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Just sit back and relax and be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. If I want to go home, go to Michigan, I don't have to go to the boss and say, hey, can I have this week off? And, can I have the weekend before and the weekend after as my days off for those weeks so I can kind of stretch my vacation a little longer? Don't have to do any of that anymore. So, yeah, I'm semi-retired. And then in March, coming up in another, 7 months? In March, I will be fully retired. Again, when I had my meetings with Social Security and everything, I found out that I have what they call credits. I have enough credits that I can retire early at 62, and I'm going to take advantage of it. So come March, I'm done completely. Don't have to work at all. So that's what I'm doing. That's where I've been. So another reason for this video is the fact there's a bunch of questions out there right now. A lot of videos that I've been watching, some really good videos. When did you start in the hobby, or how did you get started in the hobby? Where did you come up with your shop name? Show me your stash. and just all kinds of really cool stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down into, there's going to be 3 videos. This one, and in this one I've already told you where I've been. Then I'm going to tell you how I got into the hobby and how I got my name. Then another video is going to be show me your stash. So I'll put that out there. And I don't think I ever really showed you around Papa Dan's models here. I mean, you may see some things, you know, above my head here, or, you know, off to the side here someplace, you know, but never really showed you around. So I'll kind of show you around. I'll show you how I've got my models displayed, the ones that I've got built, and then I'll show you the ones that aren't built, what I've got in my stash. So, or I should say our stash, because Caleb's and mine is together. And then another video, and I'm not real sure what order they're going to be in, but we'll find out, is I have a warning that I want to put out there for everybody on an eBay seller. Stay clear of this person. I'm using that term. I'm trying to stay polite. So I'll say person. Stay away from this eBay person. But that'll be a separate video too. Alrighty. So how did I get started in models? I was about Caleb's age, 10 years old, and, well, no, actually a year younger than Caleb. I take that back. He just had a birthday 2 days ago. So he's now 11, and if he was here, he's at school right now, but if he was here, he'd be real quick to correct me. Caleb is now 11. So I was 10. I was a year younger than Caleb. I was spending the weekend at my grandparents' house in Detroit, and my grandpa took me up to the store and bought me my first model. And it was, I can still remember it to this day, and I've looked for it, and I cannot find it anywhere, because there's 2 models that I'd really like to build. This one, which is my first one, it was called the Mako Shark. I don't remember who made it. I don't remember if it was Revell or I don't remember who made it, but it was called the Mako Shark, and it was the coolest looking car. He bought me the tube of glue, and he bought me some of the little tester jar of paint. So I built it that weekend while I was staying there, painted it and everything, and took it home and said, "Hey, Mom, Dad, look," you know. So they both encouraged it. They started buying me some kits, and I got into building airplanes and tanks and some more cars. So that lasted about, maybe 3 years or so. I was like a young teenager, older than Caleb is now, like right around 13, 14, somewhere in that age group. And a couple of my buddies and I, we were goofing off, and my parents weren't, my dad was at work. I don't know where my mom was, but I know she wasn't home. I never would have gotten away with this if she was home. But we got a hold of some, and I don't recommend this. If there's any kids watching this video, I do not recommend this at all. This is very dangerous. You do not want to do this. And if Caleb was here, I'd be sending him out of the room right now so that he didn't hear me say this. But we got a hold of some fireworks, some little firecrackers, like little ladyfingers, I guess they call them, or something. Taped them to the tail of the airplane, got up on the garage roof, lit the firecracker, and then threw the airplane off and watched it go boom in the air. A million pieces. Man, that was so cool. So we got the a couple more of my airplanes, and boom, boom. Well, then we saw the tank sitting there. Can't really throw a tank in the air. Tanks don't fly. So we got out on the grass and had ourselves a little war. Boom, boom, tanks blowing up. And then we got looking at the cars. I said, well, you can't have a war with cars. Cars don't fly. Hey, look what it says on the tube of this glue. It's flammable. I wonder how flammable. We'd get two cars together, like they crashed, squirt a little glue on it, lit them on fire, and whoosh, had ourselves a tragic accident. So, needless to say, that was the end of my modeling at that age. One of the neighbors ratted me out, and I got in some pretty heavy trouble. Fast forward to about maybe, well, we had both of our kids, so it was somewhere in the late 80s. Yeah, well, let me see, we were here in Florida. I do remember that. We were here in Florida, and we moved here in '89, so it had to be early 90s, like probably 91, 92, somewhere in that area. We were looking for Christmas gifts for everybody. It was Christmas time. And we were trying to find something for my father-in-law. My father-in-law was one of these guys that he had everything. I mean, you know, what did we get Dad for Christmas? He's got everything. So I said, you know what? I used to build models. His favorite car, he had always wanted one, but he never could get one. And I'm guessing at the year here, but I believe it was a 1932 Cord. The name of the car I know is right, but the year I could be a year or two off on. But we found in a hobby store, my wife was looking for stuff to make stockings for the kids, and I was off looking at models, just killing time. Well, I found this Cord, and I said, hey, this is the car that your dad always wanted. Why don't I build this for him, and I can make a nice wooden plaque for it to put it on, and that'll be his Christmas gift. So my wife thought it was a good idea, so that's what we did for her dad for Christmas that year. I built this, and I'm pretty sure it was a 32 Cord, which that's the second model I would like to get, because he had that model right up until the time he passed away, but he had moved back to Michigan, and I'm not real sure whatever happened to the model after he passed away. I think my brother-in-law may have it, or at least I hope he has it. I hope they didn't just throw it away. But, you know, that's the other one that I'd really like to build again, is this Cord. And it was a 1/12 scale. So it was a, you know, good size. It was a good size car. But it was a decent sized car. And it came out really nice. Just rattle canned the body and everything, but like I said, it came out really nice. So that never really got, I built that one car and then didn't really get back into it. I was more into woodworking at that time, and I was collecting some woodworking tools and this, that, and the other. So I was into a lot of woodworking stuff. Well then, 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago now, my wife passed away. And all of a sudden she was disabled. She was bedridden for the last, 5, 6 years of her life. So that's where all my time went. I would come home from work and, you know, I was basically her caretaker. And then she passed away, and all of a sudden I found all this time that I had, and really didn't have anything to do. So I had been into woodworking, you know, for a few years, quite a few years at this point, and was kind of not really getting bored with it, but just kind of drifted away from it a little bit. And my daughter and Caleb moved in with us here, and when she got divorced. So I was looking for something that Caleb and I could do together, and that definitely wasn't woodworking. It was way, you know, the tools that I had and everything were not kid-friendly tools. Way too easy to lose a finger or something. So woodworking was not it. So just kind of, you know, looking around, and decided to get back into modeling. And like I said, that was probably about 3 years ago now, 3.5 years ago now, something like that. It was a little while after my wife had passed away. I bought 2 kits. I got the 69 Camaro, the Revell 69 Camaro Z28. I got that one for myself. And I don't remember what Caleb's was now. I know it was a snap kit. And yeah, I was working on mine and everything, and he was working on his. And at that time, my bench was over on the other side of the room over there, and it was just a real small little table. Basically, I built it myself out in the garage, and I built it to fit the spot that I had. But it was only like 3 foot long, maybe, yeah, about 3 foot long. And I would work on my model for a little bit, and Caleb would be there, you know, talking to me, watching me and everything. And then I'd kind of pick my stuff up and move it, and then Caleb would, you know, get his out, and we'd work on his. And started watching YouTube videos right about the same time. And my first subscriber was Mason, Detroit Muscle. And he was my first subscriber. And it was either my second or third subscriber, can't remember now, but it was real close there, was Chris Chapman. And Chris Chapman and I got to be real good friends. We're still real good friends. And I was talking to him about names, and Caleb has always called me Papa. And from the time he started talking, I've always been Papa. So my name that's where my name came from, Papa Dan. And we just added the Papa Dan's models. So that's where my name came from. Now, where did the 2 at the end of it come from? That's YouTube's fault. Somehow, some way, I got locked out of my YouTube channel, and Chris had asked a bunch of his friends if they knew how nobody could ever figure it out. To this day, I am still locked out of that channel. It's there. The videos are still there, but can't get access to it. So I just said, the heck with it. I just started a new channel, and it was Papa Dan's Models 2. So that's where the 2 came from. Then for Caleb, he wanted to start making videos. He's a ham, as you guys all know that watches videos. He loves to make videos. But when he started to make videos, he wanted a name. So we were trying to come up with a name. Well, it was Chris Chapman that actually came up with Caleb's Corner. And it just kind of had that ring to it, you know, and Caleb's Corner. It was like his little corner of the YouTube channel. So we both really liked it. Caleb liked it and everything, and that stuck. So that's where Caleb got his name from. So that's pretty much it. And the rest, as they say, is styrene history. So, all right, I've been rambling here for quite about, how long now? Holy, sorry, Colonel. It's way over. It's 21 minutes. Sorry about that, bud. I'll try to make the next two much shorter. So I'm going to cut this one off, and then we'll get into the other two videos. So I'll see you in a bit, all right? Talk to you later. Bye.